Long ago, in a land by the sea, there lived a man named Jonah. Jonah was a prophet of God. That means God spoke to him, and Jonah's job was to share God's messages with the people. One day, God spoke to Jonah and said, "Go to the great city of Nineveh. Tell the people there to stop doing evil and turn back to me." But Jonah didn't want to go. Oh no, not Nineveh. Jonah thought. The people there were known to be cruel and wicked. Jonah was afraid, and, truthfully, he didn't even like them. So instead of obeying God, Jonah ran away. Jonah hurried to the harbor. He looked around, and there it was, a ship about to sail far, far away to a place called Tarshish. "That's perfect," Jonah whispered. "If I go there, I'll be as far from Nineveh as possible." He paid the sailors, climbed aboard, and hid himself in the bottom of the ship. Jonah thought he was safe. But can anyone really run away from God? Not long after the ship sailed, the skies grew dark, the wind howled, the waves roared, and a terrible storm shook the ship. The sailors were terrified. "Row harder. Throw the cargo overboard," they shouted. But nothing helped. Finally, the captain found Jonah fast asleep below deck. "Wake up. Pray to your God. Maybe he will save us." The sailors cast lots like drawing straws to find out who was to blame for this disaster, and the lot fell on Jonah. Jonah sighed. "It's my fault," he admitted. "I am running away from the Lord, the God who made the sea and the land. If you throw me into the sea, the storm will stop." The sailors didn't want to do it, but the storm grew worse. At last, with a heavy heart, they lifted Jonah and tossed him overboard, and immediately the storm stopped. The sea grew calm. The wind faded. The sailors bowed down in awe, worshiping Jonah's God. Jonah splashed into the deep sea. Down, down, down he sank. The water swirled around him. He was sure this was the end. But God had prepared something amazing. Out of the deep, a huge fish bigger than Jonah had ever seen swam up and swallowed him whole. Inside the belly of the great fish, Jonah sat in darkness. It was slimy. It was smelly. But Jonah was alive. For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah stayed inside the fish. And from that deep, dark place, Jonah prayed to God. "Lord, I called to you from the depths, and you heard me. I sank beneath the waves, but you rescued me. I will obey you now, and I will do what you ask." And God heard Jonah's prayer. He spoke to the fish, and the great fish spit Jonah outright onto dry land. This time, when God said, "Go to Nineveh and tell them my message," Jonah obeyed. He walked through the great city and shouted, 40 more days and Nineveh will be destroyed." Turn back to God. The people of Nineveh listened. From the poorest worker to the king himself, they put on sackcloth, fasted, and cried out to God for forgiveness. And do you know what? God saw their hearts, and he forgave them. He showed mercy, because that is who he is, gracious, compassionate, and full of love. Jonah learned that you cannot run from God. He also learned that God's love is for everyone, not just a few, but all people, even those we think don't deserve it. And just as God saved Jonah with the big fish, God's mercy can save us too, if we turn back to him. Wasn't that an amazing story? If you want to hear more incredible Bible stories full of miracles, adventure, and God's love, don't forget to subscribe and join us for the next story.